also. So what do you mean by web services, guys? The web services is, I'll show you in the form of diagram. You're able to see my screen, right? See, there are different systems available in the market, okay, in the industry. Let's see, you have to communicate from some external system which is not there in your company, but still you have to communicate with them. They are doing some work for you guys. You have outsourced some work to these guys and they are serving some data to you. And you need that data so that you can show on, okay, show to the customer, okay, on your website, right? So I can give you some two different examples, okay, a typical e-commerce application example plus I'll give you some typical flight booking example also, okay, so that you will give the perfect example, and at a time of interview also you have to explain the same example, okay. So let's see, goibibo.com is available. Now you assume goibibo.com is not there in the market. You have to go to Indigo, you have to go to AirAsia, and other different, okay, slides are available. Okay, different flights options are available from the different airline companies, and individually you have to go to their sites and you have to find out the best solution from Bangalore to Delhi and Delhi to Bangalore, right? So that is the biggest problem. Customer doesn't want that. So some smart guy came into the picture and says that okay, we are goibibo.com or makemytrip.com. You just send the request, fill the request on our page, and then we will send the request, okay, to these guys from the to the different clients are available. We have goibibo and all such airline companies. They will send us the request response, and then we will show that particular response to you guys, okay. So that communication happening between these two systems, goibibo.com to indigo.com or spicejet.com or airasia.com, is happening through web services, okay. So let's see, this is goibibo.com and there are a number of airline companies are available, okay. So let's see, this is, okay, goibibo.com, and one customer like you and me, we are sitting over here, okay, we are sitting over here, and we want that, okay, we need some options which are available from Bangalore to Delhi and Delhi to Bangalore. So I'll go to goibibo.com, I'll fill that particular form, okay, from date to date, destination and everything, okay, where exactly you want to travel, on which date you want to travel, number of passengers you will fill over there, and goibibo.com will read your data and send this particular request to these guys, to Indigo, to SpiceJet, to AirAsia, okay, to some other airline company, or maybe let's say Emirates, like that, okay. And these guys, they will read this particular data, okay, we are sending this particular data, these guys, they will read this particular data, and they will send one response to, okay, go back to goibibo.com, okay. They will read this data and on the basis of that they will perform some response and they will send back to goibibo.com. Might be that whatever data, let's say Bangalore to Delhi flight is not available with Indigo, so immediately they will say that okay, no flights available, something like that. Let's see, that option is not at all available, so immediately in the back end they will send a response that flight option is not available in that case. Then what will you do? goibibo.com will read this response and will say that okay, there are no options are available for goibibo, okay, with Indigo, sorry. But same thing is available for SpiceJet, same thing is available for some other options, okay. So immediately they will read the data. Now forget about data, what kind of data it is, either it is JSON format or XML format, we will talk it later. goibibo.com will parse that particular data, and in goibibo.com there is a development team is over there, UI development team or backend team. Backend team will read this data, pass this particular data to the UI team, okay, the UI team which is designing the UI pages and everything, and they will display that data, okay, over here, okay, they will display that particular data over here, right. Now we will read this particular data, that's it. So everything is happening, guys, through web services. Everything is happening through web services. This is called web services concept. Then goibibo.com is a totally different system somewhere in Delhi, somewhere in Gurgaon. And this company is totally different. Both the systems are not at all related to each other. They have their own team, they have their own team. In fact, these two systems are not at all interacting with each other, right? So in that case, whenever you have to communicate between two different systems, in that case we have to use web services. Okay, you cannot hit the query that okay, select star from, okay, where from date is equal to this and to date is equal to this and flight number is equal to this. You cannot write the SQL query to these guys. No, you cannot do that. If you want to fetch the data from database, we are writing SQL queries, right? We are sending the request to the server. From the SQL queries we are writing, we are getting the data and we are displaying on the UI. But here you cannot write any SQL query or something like that. Plus, goivivo.com doesn't have any data related to flight options are available in Indigo, right? So this is one of the example I can give you. Second example I can give you, let's see, this is amazon.com. Okay, internally what happens now in the company? Okay, this is amazon.com. You're working in Amazon Bangalore, right? In Amazon, what happens? Let's see, amazon.com, walmart.com, snapdeal.com, right? All these e-commerce companies. Okay, so let's see, or Paytm. Okay, this is a company. Okay, this is a company name is amazon.com. In amazon.com we have different departments are available, right? Different teams are available. Let's see, you are part of this particular team. The team name is order management team. Okay, they are part of OMS, order management team. One team is called, that is, let's see, user management team. Okay, user management. They will take care of all the users and everything. One team is there that is called payment team. Okay, payment team. One team is there that is called category, that how many uh, categories you have, electronics or electronics, electrical item or some accessories, fashion item and all those stuff. One team is there, category team is there. One team is there, let's see, some other team that is called, let's see, you can say, whatever, you can say that product team is there. Okay, one product team is also available. Okay, how many products you have or something like that. And this is the main site is called that amazon.com, that we are hitting. Okay, sitting here in India or US somewhere, amazon.com or amazon.us, amazon.uk or amazon.in, whatever. And this is the customer that who is hitting this particular amazon.com. We are, okay, this is the customer who is using amazon.com. Now see, this is one of the best example of e-commerce, how exactly e-commerce companies they work internally. Okay, now you are searching a product. Okay, you are writing something on search field, let's see, Apple MacBook or Windows laptop, or let's see, iPhone 8 or iPhone 10. The number of products are coming from where? So product team is responsible, which will, so amazon.com will send a request to product team, a web service request, and product team will send this particular data to, okay, amazon.com. After entering the search field, we are writing that okay, I want MacBook. Okay, I want MacBook Air or MacBook laptop. Immediately one request will be sent to the product, and product will see that okay, you are expecting some results with respect to MacBook. Immediately product team they will send this request to response to amazon.com. After that we want that okay, we want number of options which are available in electronics category, so we are sending this request to category and getting the response. First time we are entering into the system, we have to register and we have to log in into the system. So the all the login thing, registration part, user management part, everything is handled by this guy, user management team. So we are sending a request that okay, this is a valid user or not. Whatever the OTP is coming or one time password is coming on your mobile, everything is sent by this guy, user management team. Okay, then when you add to cart, you add the cart, and cart team is also available. Okay, you are sending selecting a product and add to cart. Okay, and then you are going to make a payment. So payment team is there, they will give you that okay, this is the best pricing. And let's see, one more team is there, pricing team. This is a pricing team. Pricing team is very important in e-commerce companies. Okay, which they will decide okay, what exactly the pricing is going on, any discounts are there, or okay, pricing or discount team is there. Okay, something like that. Now the Amazon.com say that okay, give me the pricing of Apple MacBook or iPhone 10 or iPhone X. This guy selected this particular product. Okay, so Amazon.com will send this request to pricing team, and pricing team says that okay, yeah, 80,000 is the price with 10% bonus or 10% discount or 10% cashback offer is going on. Okay, so on the basis of that, the price will be calculated, and then we will select the payment option, and all these options are happening through payment team, that you have to connect to your wallet or either Paytm or either credit card, debit card, or whatever. Okay, it will send the request to payment team and get the response over here, and then the transaction is done. So it's not like that everything is happening inside the Amazon.com. It's not only one site, guys. Internally, there are so many teams are working. Internally, teams means so many systems are working together. Product team is there, category team is there, user management team is there, pricing team is there, payment team is there, order management team is there. That okay, once the payment is done, they will release the order, they will generate the order ID, and they will send a mail to the email, okay, customer email. So again, they will send the order, and order ID will be generated, will be given to the customer, right? So this is what happening okay in Amazon.com. Now sorry guys, so understood? Any doubt here?
No.
No.
Okay, so this is an example. I have given you a practical example of a typical, okay, goibibo.com or something like that. But in goibibo.com also there are team like order management team is there or user management team is there internally, but they are interacting with some external system which are available in the market. This is example I can I have given you that internal company architecture, okay, where number of teams are available, product team is available. So that's why this is called product based companies. Amazon.com is a product based company where number of engineers are sitting over there. Some people are there in category team, some people they are in product team, in order management team. Number of people are here. The QA engineer is sitting over here. Pricing team also they have their own automation QA engineer over there, like that. Okay, so this is a typical example of web services. And communication is happening. Most of the people say that okay, why we have so many teams? It is important to have so many teams in a company, because the moment you distribute all the data among all these components, okay, the .com site will be very lightweight in that case. Now if you can imagine, like if in this particular component, if you define all these user management category, everything over here inside the Amazon.com only, the site will be very heavy. Okay, the performance of the site, okay, site will be degraded during the holiday season, or let's say during the Christmas season or Diwali season, right? So in that case, it will be really, really difficult to manage. So that's why 10, 15 years back, we used to have such kind of system when e-commerce companies were not there or typical product things were there and very simple, like 10 years back and 15 years back, Infosys, HCL, these the companies were there. They were not taking care about different, okay, micro level component or something like that. But nowadays, everything is divided into different components. Tomorrow if you want to develop a new feature, the new feature team will be developed and they will communicate to with Amazon.com. Okay, now we see that okay, this user management team also, they want that how many, this particular user one, how many orders they have. So they will communicate to OMS team. Okay, they will send a request to OMS team that please tell me that Naveen at the rate gmail.com, this particular user, how many orders he has and how many that previous order history he has. So OMS team will send this particular request response to the user management team that okay, this particular team, I mean this particular user having six orders, and from last 2 years this guy ordered out, let's see, 100 orders. And if I'm the user, I'll go to my history. Amazon.com will send this request to user management. User management will send this request to OMS. We will get the response, okay, from OMS to user management and user management to Amazon.com, and then it will serve the data to the customer, like that. So guys, this is why I always say that okay, the backend is important if you really want to work with these companies, or in fact in service based companies also. Nowadays the architecture is totally different. You have to understand. Now Amazon.com, we have Selenium for UI, but in for category they don't have any UI. It's a purely backend team. Ultimately there is only one website, Amazon.com, and the scope is very limited if you're talking about UI automation of Selenium, right? Because Walmart.com, Flipkart.com, the scope is very limited for Selenium, guys, because we have only one .com web application. But if you know backend, now there are 10 different teams are available. It means 10 different opportunities are there for backend automation QA engineers. Now you can see the difference, right? Are you getting the things? Why it is backend is important,
Yes, yes.
right? So whenever you are going
Yes.
for interviews or you're preparing for interviews, okay, or any for any company, so always see that okay, the backend engineers are high in demand because they need good backend engineer. They can see that okay, the communication integration is happening between. That's why this is called integration testing also. Okay, user management system and order management system both are integrating with each other properly. Both are communicating. Communication is called integration, right? Both are communicating with each other properly or not, right? So that's why this is very very important, guys. So tomorrow if you are going to apply for pricing team, so you will be recruited for pricing team. But the problem with Selenium in okay QA engineer that he will be working only on Amazon.com. Okay, only for website. They don't have any site because these are the internal backend systems are available. Okay, which are serving the data to Amazon.com. Okay, so that's why we call this is called front end. Amazon.com is called front end. Okay, and all these components are called backend. Okay, these components are called backend. Okay, like this. And the communication between happening between front end to back end through web services. Correct? Web services or APIs. Okay, like this. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry. Okay, and if you want to communicate between backend to backend system also, that is happening also through web services or API. Okay, this communication is also happening through okay user management and OMS. They are also interacting with each other through web services. Right now, the Selenium won't work over here, guys. That's the importance of these things. That's the importance of backend services. You must know about APIs and all. Okay. Any confusion here? It's clear. Okay. So whenever you have to.
Naveen, Naveen,
Yeah. Go ahead, Ravindra.
one question like when we say in Amazon.com, the backend things, in what programming languages are they developed? I mean, is it the same programming language what they use for Amazon.com or
See,
the
now it
different
can be
programming
anything.
language?
It can be anything. Now, if you're talking about technology point of view, it doesn't matter
Yes,
what kind of technology they are using. Maybe on Amazon.com for front end point of view, because for front end we have to use JavaScript or maybe some Node.js, okay, CSS,
yes,
okay,
yes,
CSS or HTML, such kind of thing they are using,
yes,
or let's say some
yes,
Angular JS application they are using. It's a typical UI, okay, UI thing they are using for that. So this is a technology for .com site or front end,
yes,
right? But same thing and back end, maybe they are using a very famous thing, Java backend they are using. Maybe they are using some other .NET. Maybe they are using in Python or maybe Ruby or Go language. What any kind of language they might use. Okay, for this particular team like this. Because in if you ever heard about it that okay in Amazon or any product companies, they have different technology. They are working on Java also, they are working on .NET also. It depends what kind of component you are creating. If you are creating very fast retrieval process, in that case you will be using Python. Maybe Python or Go will help okay, for the fast data point of view. But for user management point of view, you have to maintain the session and everything. Maybe Java is the best option for that. Java provides more features for user management point of view, so they will be using Java. Okay, so it doesn't matter whatever the technology. Let's see, in user management also using Java, and this OMS also using Java, but still they have to communicate through web services only, because these are two different components. Two different systems are available. Two different teams are there. Okay, so if you heard about in your company, because you all are working, if you ever heard about that, okay, they have exposed the APIs. Have you ever heard about it, that they have given the API, we are calling their API? This is called exposed API. Always remember this term, guys. In industry, in companies, we use a lot of this particular term, exposed APIs, which is provided by user management team. They say that, okay, if you want to use our API, okay, just call our API. Okay, call our endpoint URLs. We will serve the data to you guys. Okay, so this Amazon.com, the UI developer, they will call these APIs or web services, and they will get the data. Okay, same thing might be possible that, okay, there is no portal for Indigo.com. There is no site for Indigo.com, right? Some government data is still there in the market. For government data, or let's say for income tax department, or for any kind of data, is not available in the market in the form of web application. There is no web application. But let's see, today you have created some PF application, and the government data is available over here, and this is a PF, okay, portal you have created. So this system will communicate to the this particular department. They have exposed some APIs, okay, and you are calling these API and getting the response, and that's why you are able to see this particular data on the site. There is a very confidential data, okay, which cannot be accessible, okay, using the any web application. They don't have, let's see, Indigo don't have any application, let's see, web application, or let's see, SpiceJet, they don't have any application, but they have some Java developers over there. They are creating the services, and they have one database. The moment you send the request, and you will get the response over here, right? Now, last, so this is the first example, and this is the second example for web services. Okay, now I'm giving you the third example of web service. After that, you can see, guys, here 20% things are already covered with respect to interview. Okay, if you explain like that, it will be a very impressive answer. Okay, now third example I'm giving you now. Okay, now let's see. This is again, let's see, Amazon.com. I'm the developer in Amazon.com. Okay, this is a site of Amazon.com. Now we have some, server is running over here. This is a server. Okay, some backend server is running over here. Maybe it can be Tomcat, or now this example will be more technical. Okay, as compared to this example I have given you in terms of system, in terms of different systems, how exactly they're interacting and how exactly they are communicating with each other and all such stuff. Okay, now I'm giving you now in terms of how exactly technically internally systems are working together. So let's see, this is again Amazon.com, or some Tomcat server, or some application server or web server is running in between. Okay, a typical three-tier architecture, we will talk about it. And let's see, some database is over here. There are two types of database. Let's see, one SQL database and NoSQL database. I'll tell you what is NoSQL database later. Okay, this is the first session. Just try to understand that. Okay, two types of database is available. Now this is Amazon.com, having so many features are available, that we have different products are available, different categories are available, pricing information, description, so much amount of data is available, and we cannot hard code these data on the site, right? So what exactly we will do, we will send a request to the server. Okay, so this is our typical front end application, or any kind of web app is there. Okay, I would say web application, or we typical call, we have portal is available, right? This is a web application, a portal is there. And this is a, let's say, any typical server. I would say one app server is running. Let's see a typical example of Tomcat. Okay, Tomcat is an app server. It's running over here. Okay, now, and this is a database. Maybe let's say you are using one Oracle, okay, as a SQL database. Okay, or let's say you are using MongoDB or Cassandra for NoSQL database. Let's see. Okay, that is your NoSQL database or MongoDB or whatever. Okay, forget about the name and all. Now what will happen, this particular portal, okay, they want, okay, I want some product, okay, I want that let's say some account information, okay, of this particular employee. So what exactly they will do, this web application, through web application from the backend, we will send a request to the server will read this particular request and it will fetch the data from database through some database connectivity or something like that. Okay, so data will be served to the server. Okay, and some on the server, some process or services are running on your web service and everything, all these APIs are running on, and these APIs will send you the request to the portal. Okay, so this is another example of web services, that we are sending a request, a HTTP request. This is called, let's see, REST call. And I'll tell you what is REST call. HTTP request. Okay, and this is, I'm getting HTTP response. Okay, I'm getting HTTP response now. Okay, on the site. Now what will happen, I'm sending a request. Okay, so this is the user is sitting over here, he is a user. Okay, I'm filling some form, let's say employee information. I want to, okay, submit the form. I want to create an employer, I want to create an account, okay, through my application. So this is your web application and there is a form is available. You will fill this particular form and you will click on submit button. Now what will happen, after clicking on submit button, what is happening in the backend? After clicking on submit button, one post call we are sending. I'll tell you what is post call. One post call will be, okay, sent to the server. Okay, this is called a REST call with post. Post means create a new data. So one post call will be, okay, sent to the server along with one JSON. Okay, so JSON is again a kind of data format, okay, in the form of JSON format, because we cannot send the data in the form of web application or in the form of web pages. So whatever the information we are passing over here, let's see, first name, last name, mobile number, email ID and everything, we will create a JSON format or JSON string like that. Let's see, okay, name is Naveen. Okay, let's see, salary is 1000 USD. Okay, and let's see, department is QA. Okay, so we are passing this particular data in the form of JSON format with this particular HTTP request, because server can understand this request and JSON is very lightweight. Or sometimes we pass XML request also, XML format also, guys. Okay, earlier we used to send with SOAP calls and all, we used to send XML format also, but 99% cases we are sending the JSON format, sending the request to the server. Server will see that, okay, this is the JSON, attributes are available, name, salary and department. What exactly server will do, server will create an entry in your database. So immediately the moment you click on submit button, immediately one entry will be created in your Oracle, okay, Oracle database. So one account will be created over here. Account name is, let's see, name, okay, or account name is, let's see, employee name is Naveen. So Naveen account, or maybe one entry will be created in the form of rows and columns will be created in some employee table, something like that. Okay, now this is happening like this. Okay, now what is happening? So through the post call, we are sending a request to the server. Server is creating a data into the Oracle SQL database. Now, tomorrow, if you want to fetch this particular data that I want, okay, I want a data which is related to name is equal to Naveen, and this is a typical get call. Okay, maybe you definitely you have heard about this term, that get call, post call. Okay, I'll explain all these things. What is get call, post and put and delete calls? So I'm sending a get request. This is called get request. Okay, where name is equal to Naveen. Okay, I'll send this request to the server. Server will see that, okay, do we have any name is equal to Naveen? Yes, we have. It will fetch that particular row from here. It will convert that particular row into the JSON once again. Once again, one JSON will be created like this. Okay, that is called JSON. Response will be created, that where name is again Naveen, salary is again 1000 USD, or let's see, department is QA. So this is again one JSON will be created like this, and the response will be given to from the server to the UI. Now the UI developer is sitting over here. They will read this particular JSON response, and through some HTML code or some Angular JS or any kind of web UI technology they are using, they will convert this particular data and they will display on the UI that, okay, this is the Naveen information over there. This is the employee information where name is equal to some data. Okay, table is coming or web table is coming, and the rows and columns you can see on the web page. Some paginations are coming. Let's see, there are 100 Naveens are available. So it will display the data on the UI. So this communication is again, this is a this is a system 1, system 2 or system 3. I can segregate this particular system into multiple parts. This entire system is again divided into multiple components. So each and every component, the front end and the back end, okay, so generally these two entities, app server and the database server, these things are called backend, and this is your front end. So whenever you have to communicate between front end and back end, guys, everything is happening through APIs or web services. Okay, so that's why we call in a company that, okay, in doesn't matter in product company or in service based company, in any company, that we said, okay, yeah, this is a, we are sending a request, we are getting the response like that. Okay, so again, how exactly communication is happening? Communication is happening through web services. Okay, between two systems, between two components. It can be third party component, it can be different internal components also. So first example, as I told you, with goibb.com is interacting with Indigo, is happening through again web services. This company is somewhere in, okay, this server is somewhere in, let's see, in Delhi. goibb.com somewhere in, let's see, Bangalore. They are communicating with each other. Okay, let's see, Emirates, they are in Dubai. Okay, or this company is somewhere in US. So these two systems, doesn't matter where exactly they are communicating through web services, right? Another example I gave you, inside a company, in a typical e-commerce company or any product companies, different, okay, different product teams are available. Category team is there, product team is there, OMS team is there, user management team is there, payment team, and each and every team is having their own work, but they are communicating with each other through web services. Okay, and they are serving the data to Amazon.com or Walmart.com or Flipkart.com. In Flipkart also, they have so many internal teams are available. Somebody is taking care of inventory, somebody is taking care of all the categories, somebody is taking care of all the distributors and other vendors also, other brokers, other partners. Partner team is there. Okay, packing team is there, right? Whatever we are ordering from Myntra.com, we are getting some packages, so there is a packing team is there, order management team is there, they are creating the order ID, payment team is releasing the payment, what exactly, pricing team is giving the pricing, right? So each and every team is having their own work and they're interacting with each other through APIs or web services, right? And the third example, more deeply, more micro level, I can give you that, okay, let's see, this is the, okay, one system is there. Inside the system, let's see, this is a pricing team, or let's say user management team is there. Inside the user management team, they are having their own maybe web application, it can be, maybe they, or obviously they have their own web server or app server, they have their own database. So internal components also, they are interacting with each other through web services, through different calls, through REST calls. Now what is REST call, what is SOAP call, I'll tell you later in the next session. Okay, so guys, this is all about web services introduction. Any doubt here?
No.
Okay. So at a time of interview, there are many questions. First of all, people will ask you that, okay, if you are going as a 2 years or 3 years or 5 year experience guy, okay, maybe they don't want to check your coding skills in terms of backend testing or something like that, but they want to check your skills that web application and portal, that Selenium is there and how exactly web application is working and all. But they want to know that, okay, how exactly, tell me your architecture in your company, how exactly your product architecture, your project is interacting with different components, either it is internal component or maybe some external component. One more example I can give you over here in Amazon.com. Let's see, some product reviews are coming, some third party. Let's see, this is a review, okay, reviewbazaar.com, or there are so many companies in the market that review.com or bazaar.com, they are fetching all the reviews from the customer and they are serving to the Amazon.com. So this is not part of Amazon. They have outsourced to, let's say, to Cognizant or some other company, okay, and they are interacting with each other like this also. So in a typical company, in a typical product company or any kind of company, they are interacting with some third party system. This is third party, okay, or they are interacting with some internal systems which are available inside the company, inside the organization only, okay. So this is called, guys, web services. Everything is happening through web services, okay. Now there are so many things are there, like we have microservices. I'll tell you what is microservices now, what is RPA, RPC calls are there and all such stuff. These are very technical things that I'll tell you later, okay. But for understanding point of view, this is all about web services, okay. So whenever you are going for interview, 100% they will ask you, okay, tell me what do you mean by web service, okay. So this is what you have to explain. If you're explaining like that, there are high chances that, okay, it shows your knowledge, it shows that, okay, yes, you are expertise, you have some expertise. And if you can understand this architecture, guys, this particular diagram, I'm giving you guarantee that you can understand REST APIs and whatever HTTP client or REST assured that we will try to, okay, we will learn those things in terms of automation. If you want to learn Postman also, okay, so through Postman we will send the request to category team and we will get the response, and we will check that, okay, how exactly we are sending the request in the form of JSON payload, okay, like this, in the form of JSON payload, okay, what kind of data we are getting, okay, what kind of response we are getting. Now there are so many other factors that, okay, let's see, these two systems are, last example, these two systems are interacting. This system is I would say, let's see, S1 system, okay, and this system is S2 system. They are interacting. So S1 is sending some request that, okay, please send me some data. Might be possible that, okay, this S2 is not available, S2 is down, so immediately we will be getting 500. Sometimes we see that, okay, you are opening www.facebook.com or any site, we are getting 500 internal error, maybe their server is down, okay. Some big companies it never happens, youtube.com or google.com, because obviously if they are getting down, obviously it will be a big impact in the market on the customer. But sometimes we see that, okay, Flipkart is not responding properly on big day, okay, on big day shopping or Diwali season or holiday season. Last to last year when I was working with Walmart, that 30 minutes walmart.com was down on Thanksgiving day and on Christmas, because so much amount of requests they were getting, they were not able to serve and system got crashed, okay. So maybe let's say S2 is down, in that case we will be getting 500 response code. If the successful response is coming or request is sent successfully to S2, we are getting 200. So these are status codes are available, we will talk about it later. Sometimes let's say you are passing some wrong data to S2 and S2 is not able to understand, immediately S2 will say that, okay, this is 400 bad request. So sometimes we open google.com or maybe any kind of site, abc.com, we see that, okay, 400 bad request is coming, right? Have you ever seen 400 bad request or 404 not found or something like that? Let's see, the data is not available, the request is absolutely fine, you are looking for name equal to Naveen, and let's see Naveen is not available, immediately they will send 404 not found. Let's say you're looking for a page on a site, abc.com slash Naveen Automation Labs. Let's see Naveen Automation Labs is down immediately, or let's say that page is not available. In that case, you will be getting not found 404 error. So at the time of interview, they will ask these kind of questions. What do you mean by 400, 500? Okay, 404. What is 200? So all these positive and negative test cases and testing we have to perform with respect to okay web services testing, guys. Any doubt? I know there are a lot of people they have joined. So we will talk about this particular training, guys. So any doubt, you guys can be unmute and you can ask. You know me very well. Ipsy, all clear?
Navin, what is web services manual testing and automation testing? Means I just want to know a little bit more about the overview.
Yeah. So now see, whatever we can see, these are web services. Now the question is, how will you test it? Right. Let's see, how will you test this entire system that integration is happening or communication is happening? So obviously, either we can test it manually, or we will automate this particular process that automatically we are sending the request and getting the response through some automation tool. Like we have HTTP client is available. We have let's see, SOAP UI tool is available. We have REST assured is the API which is available. Okay, we have Jersey client is available. So there are different tools through JMeter also we can perform that. So we can either you can automate if you know automation about okay in web services, or if you are okay with that, you can test it manually also. Okay, but there is no role of Selenium. Selenium cannot automate any web services, guys. Selenium is only and only for okay web application testing. Is only and only for browser based testing. Whatever you can see on the browser, clicking on a button, link, and everything through XPath or through ID or CSS selector and all such stuff, we have to do it through Selenium. But for backend, we need some extra skills. We need to know some backend automation tools like we have REST assured is an API. We have HTTP client is there. SOAP UI tool is there, which gives you the provision to automate these APIs and web services. So this is called automation. Okay. So that's why in this particular course, I have divided into two parts, manual and automation both. So manual first, we will try to learn manual. It's not like immediately I'll try to cover some automation things. If you don't know the concept, if you don't know how exactly the architecture and how exactly these things are working together, because this is very new thing for you guys, I'm pretty much sure. Because most of the people, they are not aware about that what is web services, what is API. They are playing with the UI only, on the web application only. So that's why, like, to understand, first we will start with now how will you test it manually also. Let's say you forget about automation. We will see later. After 2-3 months, let's say you in a company, you will see that, okay, yeah, I'll do automation after 2-3 months, but I need to understand how exactly these two systems are working or communicating or integrating. In that case, you have to send the request and get the response. How will you check? Then we have some tools like we have Postman is there. Okay, we have REST clients are available on Google Chrome. Okay, some plugins are available. You can send the request and get the response. You can check it manually, right? So this is what such kind of tools are available in the market, and all these are open source. There is no licensing, nothing. Everything is open source, freely available in the market. You just need to know how exactly and what exactly you have to use. Is this clear, FC? Any other doubt from anyone?
Navin, Mahesh here. Just one question, like to send a request, from where we get the links?
Yeah.
Do we need to contact our developer team, or will they give any documents for sending request of a server? From where we get the
Yeah, it's a very good question. Now let's see. Okay, Mahesh, you just be on mute. Now let's see. The Mahesh is asking that okay, how will you get the links and how will you get the URLs and everything? That okay, which API we have to call, right? So let's say I'm working in user management team, and this is the OMS team. So I'll interact with OMS team. Maybe we can have some call, and user management team in Walmart.com or Amazon.com in Bangalore, and this order management team is there in California, in US. So we will interact with these guys. We will do some on-site trip, or maybe we will try to understand how exactly OMS works. We will read their Confluence and Wiki pages. We will get to know that okay, this is the different APIs they have exposed. So it's OMS responsibility always to give such API to user management team. And if any user management related APIs or links are available or URLs are available, it's this particular team's responsibility to share such kind of information in the form of documentation, okay, to these guys or maybe to Amazon.com, the UI developers. So individual responsibilities are there. Each and every team or component team is available in that particular company. It's their responsibility. Same thing, let's say tomorrow you're working with goibibo.com and this is indigo.com, right? This is indigo.com. How will goibibo.com Java developer will get to know that okay, which API we have to call? So we will have a business meeting with these guys after the contract is signed. Okay, Java development team will go over there. They will analyze what kind of data they have, what kind of APIs they have. So they have their own development team over here. Okay, in Indigo.com, and they have their own development team over here in goibibo.com. So they will interact with each other. They will ask from the development teams in Indigo.com that what are the different APIs you are providing so that we can call your APIs. Now we have different environments on QA environment and staging environment and dev environment, and okay, lower environments are available. We will test that everything is fine. QA team will see that okay, all the components are working fine together, and then we will release on the production. So they will maintain some documentation over there. They will share these documentation to dev team, okay, and then QA team will ask such kind of information from the dev team, like that. So this is how okay it works. Got it, Mesh? Okay. Any other questions from anyone?
Yeah. One more question, Naveen. So, web service testing being conducted before a functional test, or at the same time you can conduct the testing during the functional testing?
Yeah, now again, it's a very good question. Now let's see. You are working over here in, okay, you are the QA guy. Okay, Mahesh is the QA guy over here in for Amazon.com website for this particular .com team. Now let's see the .com is portal is not available. Okay, or maybe portal is still the web application is still under development. Okay, so obviously you cannot automate through Selenium and you cannot do manual testing also. But backends are always created first. So what is the sequence of development, guys? The sequence of development is like that. First, everything is okay. The backend is always developed. This is this particular component. The second component is always developed. Okay, that Tomcat server configuration and everything, and all the APIs are always developed first, and then we will develop this thing, SQL database and schema defining and all such stuff. Okay, and then later on the side by side we are running on, I mean we are working on these web application also. So now the question is that when we have to start QA, application is not available, pages are not still under progress or in progress or under development. Obviously we cannot do automation or we cannot do any manual testing also on UI automation, I mean for UI point of view. But we can test these APIs through Postman. We will call these APIs and we will check okay, these APIs are working fine or not, these APIs are interacting with database, or these APIs with interacting with some other systems are working or not. Okay, so testing immediately can be started once the backend APIs are available. Immediately we can start without wasting the time. We don't need to wait for UI. Nowadays what happens, most of the manual testers and Selenium guys, they are waiting for okay, pages, that okay, once the page is available then we will start automation, or then we will start manual testing on the web pages. Okay, but in a good companies, in product companies, or maybe in any kind of company, I'm not saying product company, I don't say product company, but yeah, in any kind of company, whenever the backend is available, immediately you can test the okay, backend things. Got it?
Yeah, Naveen, thank you.
Okay. Any other thing, guys?
Hello.
Yeah, Shilpi, go ahead.
Yeah, like if we have done backend testing,
Mhm.
then also UI testing will be important to do.
Yes. Now, again, it's a very good question. See, guys, I think you have, I mean, you guys have really good, doubts. Now, the question here is once the backend is absolutely fine, then why do we need to do UI testing? Guys, it is important. Why? Maybe this UI guys also they are calling these API. Maybe communication is not happening properly, or maybe communication or integration is happening properly. APIs are responding properly. All these JSON response they are giving to the UI. But UI developer they have done a lot of mistakes that they are not displaying the data. Okay, or some JavaScript code they have to write at the client side also sometimes that some pop-up is not coming or some data or calculation they are doing some mistakes or some some UI validations after entering blank username and blank password immediately we are getting some error or some mandatory fields we are not filling, we are clicking on submit button, so we are getting some errors, right, for mandatory fields. So those kind of validations are done by UI guys, it is not part of the backend, right? So in that case we have to test it. Ultimately, if you see the black box testing point of view, customer is using this particular web application, so we cannot compromise in UI also. We cannot compromise in UI that the UI application should work absolutely fine. Might be possible that okay, the moment you enter Naveen information about the Naveen and clicking on submit, fine, it is entering. Again, you are entering Naveen. Maybe that's you are creating duplicate entries in your database. So maybe it's a problem with your backend or problem with okay over here. The moment you write first name is equal to Naveen, the moment click on submit button, immediately it will show some error that okay, Naveen is a duplicate entry, cannot create. So in that case, obviously we have to do UI testing also. Because ultimately customer is using the portal. Customer is not bothered about what kind of database or services or backend APIs or web services you are using. Customer is bothered about your web application. They are using right. They are using goibibo.com. If goibibo.com is getting crash or not fetching the data properly or giving the wrong calculation, let's see from Bangalore to Delhi, it's showing instead of 5,000, it is showing 15,000 without any discount, or let's say discount calculation somewhere mistakes are there. In that case, it means you haven't done proper testing on goibibo.com, okay, on the web application. Communication is happening properly, that is fine, but UI testing is equally important in that case. Okay, is this clear, Shilpi?
Yes, Naveen.
Okay, okay, guys. I think it's. Let me know if you have any questions. So then we can talk about quickly for 5 minutes about this particular training session. Okay, so that's why I shared this particular URL on my Facebook page, Professional QTB Selenium over there, so that you guys can come and you can see this is the thing that we are going to start. This is the first session only. Okay, and guys, this is the paid training session. It's not like a typical like our YouTube videos. Okay, so this particular training I have already published this the course content and everything on my blog, so you can have a look the course content and everything. This is purely and purely on web services, nothing about Selenium and all. Selenium and all, that is a different thing, different training altogether. Okay, and this is a paid training. Okay, the minimal amount I'm expecting, because I'm going to spend at least 3 to 4 weeks on this particular training individually, daily 1 hour basis, or maybe 3 to 4 days in a week. Okay, so we will be covering different tools and technologies. First, we will be starting with manual testing of web services. So people who are good in Selenium, people who are good in UI and manual testing, this is the best training for you guys. You can learn about web services, you can learn about API and backend. Okay, and people who are not good in UI, not good in Selenium, okay, still you can learn, but it's up to you. But if you really want to grow in your career in automation QA, okay, UI testing is not enough, guys. You must know about backend. Now you can see that earlier I said, as I said earlier, if you're applying for Amazon.com as a UI tester or Selenium tester, out of 10 different teams, you have opportunity only and only in this particular team. But if you are a backend tester, if you are a backend automation engineer, you have opportunities in 10 to 15, okay, vacancies in a single company. Each and every team, they want backend automation engineers. But only Amazon.com, this particular team, they want the web application team, they want only Selenium guy. Okay, now you can see the ratio 1 to 10 or 1 to 15. So there are high chances, and in terms of growth, in terms of learning the tools, technologies, you can show your logical skills, analytical skills, your programming skills, in terms of compensation, everything you can show. So it will give a boost in your career 100% that if you learn about backend automation. Selenium, I'm not saying, no doubt Selenium is good. In every company, they have some web application, that is fine. But in every company, there are so many internal teams are available. Product team, that's why we call product teams are available. In which team you are in Walmart? People used to ask me that, okay, Naveen, you were there in Walmart, in which team? So I used to say that, okay, yeah, I was part of product team or maybe partner team, like that, right? The same thing you have to, if you're going to apply for with backend skills, there are high chances if you're going for this, let's say only interview for this component or this particular team. If you're doing good in backend, you can easily switch in these teams also. So there are high chances to get the calls and to get the offer letter. So this is all about like jobs and all, but for career growth also, this is really important, guys. Okay, so that's why I started this particular training in terms of backend. So we will be learning about Postman. We will be learning about REST lines, about manual testing. How will you perform the manual testing? How will you recognize, okay, these are the backend services are available on the live projects? And we will be learning about then automation. We will start after once the manual testing is done. We will see that HTTP client and rest assured, JMeter, SOAP UI. Sorry guys, just a minute. Sorry. Okay, so these things will be there, and I'll tell you how to integrate with Jenkins, like through Maven Jenkins. How will you execute your backend test cases through Jenkins and all? So we will be covering those things also. Any doubt with respect to training and all?
Naveen, can we generate a report for this as well, like as we generate in UI functionalities?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Right?
Just a doubt. It is.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Yeah, see, go ahead.
Yes, so I'm in San Jose, California. I see many requirements. They need web service manual testing. So I just want to make sure, like in this course, we are covering all the aspects of manual testing so that I can apply for
Yeah,
REST.
100%. See that. See, without manual testing, you cannot proceed further in automation. If you don't know the architecture, if you don't know how to perform manually, then you cannot move to automation.
Right.
Okay, then obviously there are, I mean, you cannot move to automation. I cannot start automation from the first day or second day that, okay, let's start some automation in REST assured or through HTTP client or SOAP UI. You won't be able to understand anything that why Naveen is writing this code, why we are sending the request, what is this response, what is this JSON and all. You won't be able to understand. Okay,
Right.
so we will cover manual testing and then only automation will be there.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you don't have any question, guys, so I think that's all for this particular session. And let me know if you are interested. You can ping me on my Facebook, and I'll share my email ID over there also. And the course content is available on my blog. You can refer my blog for the course content and everything, the timings and everything. I'll keep updating over there. So session will be there. I think Saturday, Sunday, weekend batch, plus maybe 2 days in a week we can also start. Okay, like that. So I think it will be 3 to 4 days maybe. Yeah, at least 3 to 4 days will be there. It's not like lengthy like Selenium, because in Selenium we have to cover so many things, data driven page object model and hybrid frameworks and such kind of things. So we don't need to take care about all these things over here. Okay, and in this particular training I'll teach you TestNG and Cucumber also. It's not like TestNG Cucumber will work with only with Selenium. You can write all these things. Backend automation also you can do with TestNG and Cucumber, and we have to do it. It is compulsory. So these things also part of the training. So let me know if you're interested. This is really amazingly good in terms of learning, in terms of if you're applying for the job for good companies in, okay, either you are in India or US, that doesn't matter. So for backend QA automation engineer, very high demands going on, guys. So, and later on, it will really help you to learn some other things, like in future, any new automation tools or maybe machine learning and some other things and all. If you know the backend, easily you can understand. So don't limit yourself only with website and only for web application or UIs. Okay, that's my advice. Otherwise, like, I'm not forcing anyone. It's up to you guys. So let me know. So next session we will be having tomorrow. Okay, the same time around 9 o'clock. 1 hour session will be there, in which we will actually start the actual things like Postman and all sorts of stuff with very good examples. So let me know if you guys are interested. Okay, so with this thing, I'm ending the session, and thank you so much, guys. I'll be sharing this recording. I'll publish this particular video on my channel as well as on Facebook also, because after that, I'm not going to publish anything with respect to all these videos in this particular training on my channel. Okay, so these videos will be private videos, will be shared only those guys who are attending the session, because it's a paid training actually. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for attending, and I'll see you in the next session then.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Bye bye.
you, Naveen.
Thanks.